every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the Toddfox Postgame Podcast with your host, Toddfox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is, fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Toddfox Postgame Show. It is me, Toddfox. I haven't been here for a few days. So I'll just, get to the point as we wrap up the final games of the season. Whoever wants to participate and check out what's going on. It's been one of those seasons, man. Forgettable as it may be. We're here to the end of the season. I'll probably have one or two more post games, probably Saturday and Sunday. It depends on what happens tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. I'm gonna have some people over, but Saturday and Sunday, I'll be at the game Saturday for Kabuto night, and then for Sunday, well after the game, because I'm not gonna do it while I'm at work. Obviously, I'm still working weekends. But Sunday evening, we'll do the final post game and kind of get our thoughts and your thoughts about the season, because I'm gonna want everyone to weigh in on Sunday. I want to hear not just in the comments, but I want to hear, if you call in, like I want to know exactly what this season meant to you, what the overall feelings you had, the expectations, and what do you think, if anything, can be fixed going into 2023/24 season, or 24 season. Sorry. So with that being said, 714 tickets is a place to go still to get your 10% off of any kind of tickets, whether it's concert, whether it's season, and anything like that. So you can get any kind of sporting event through 714 tickets. Also check out Noble L Brewing. Might have another sponsor here coming up soon for next season. Next season is going to be a hell of a lot better as far as production wise. I can't promise anything with the team. Obviously, that's out of our control. The lead that I want to get into, because I think tonight's game is irrelevant with those guys, the Texas Rangers. They lost 5-0 if you were even paying attention. And yes, Thomas, it is football season. It is football season. Believe me, I'm engaged into my Seahawks and the rest of the NFL. Not so much college, although I do follow. It's hard to in the first few weeks of college football season. There's hardly any good matchups. It's usually like Michigan versus Ball State. It's like, who gives a crap? Like the other day was an epic game with Ohio State, Notre Dame. But other than that, you really haven't had any epic matchups yet. So with that being said, I'm all about pro football. But look, here's what I wanted to bring across tonight. I wanted to say that pretty much Phil Nevin can't be fired. Phil Nevin can't be fired. Let's just, if he was going to be fired, it would have been earlier in the season. He was hired on to be a guy that is going to be maybe a stopgap. Perry probably signed him for one more year saying, okay, I can't hire a new long-term manager because we don't know who our owner is. And I thought, okay, that sounds about right. He'll stick around this season. He's got the tools to win. But that's before all the injuries. That's before the analytics. That's before the divas. That's before the bad and poor play consistently. There's so many people to point fingers at. Nevin was going to be the scapegoat no matter what. And I still believe that in my heart of hearts, if Phil Nevin would have grown a pair, I don't know if that was part of taking the job, was getting your nuts clipped, but he should have understood something. He should have understood that, okay, I've got nothing to lose. You know, if I ever want to coach in Major League Baseball, be a bench coach, be maybe a manager again, I've got to finish this thing strong. I've got to put up or shut up. And I felt that Phil dropped the ball when it came to being able to make a move to tell the team, hey, you know what? Because if it were me, let's just say I could put myself inside Phil Nevin. Well, pause. If I could be Phil Nevin for a day, what I would have done was I would have said, okay, we're going into this Texas series. I know the roster I have. There's no Shohei Ohtani. There's no number 6. There's no Mike Trout. You know, Mike Trout's over there worrying about his golf course, and you know, we have several other injuries. But I would give a rousing speech, and I would tell Perry to fuck off. And I would say, if I'm Phil Nevin, boys, we got one series left that matters. You have the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros are going to take each other out, or hopefully one sweeps the other. Because what we want to do, boys, is play non-analytics. Let me coach from my gut this series. Let me show you the manager I could be without analytics, without Marcus Thames screwing up everyone's swing. Let's get back, because if you think about it, Phil has coached or played with, or coached under, or played with guys like Bruce Bochy, future Hall of Fame manager, Joe Torre, Hall of Fame manager, and under guys like not Bob Boone, I think it's Brett Boone, the Yankees manager, and he's played under Terry Collins, who was the Angels manager at the time, who was a damn good skipper at the time, just had no pitching. Took the Mets to the World Series, almost got to the Angels to the playoffs a couple times. My point being is Phil Nevin played in an era without analytics. He was a hard-nosed ball player, no bullshit, right? He comes here, he's on a collar. He's being told from upstairs and from the analytics guys how to do things. I know that he would not approve of what they're telling him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really got an honest answer out of Phil and gave him some truth serum, he would not be sitting there telling you, oh my God, I love the Angel style of play. He'd be severely disappointed. So getting back to it, if I'm Perry and I'm seeing that, dude, my days are numbered. I'm a lame duck manager. There's no way I'm going to be rehired. You've had my nuts clipped all season. Like, I've had to do what you guys want me to do all season. Follow your rule book. Like, I would have manned up and said, we could beat these guys. Let's play how I grew up and how I played Major League Baseball throughout the 90s and late 80s. Let me show you guys how it's done. Hell, they had a day off before the series. They could have did something. But it just sucks the fact that you had an opportunity one last time. You could have shown that you're a man, that you didn't have a collar on you, which you did for most of the season. I still don't believe. Look, I still think you're dumb, Phil, but I don't think you're that dumb. And I bet you some of this has been killing him all year, the way this team has played. So if he could have just got back to the basics and the fundamentals with this team, they could have made a difference in maybe potentially knocking them out or at least costing them the division. I think it's safe to say, as fans, we knew when this team had tapped out, or we knew it when this season was over. And the players did too. Phil Nevin had to say all the right words. He had to say, well, I know who's in my clubhouse. There's 26 other guys in there that do believe we could turn this around. Bullshit. You guys knew when it was over. So my point being is, Phil could have manned up one last time and got possibly the best out of this team for one last series. Instead, I mean, other than last night where they put together some runs, who cares? They didn't do anything in that first game while Seattle and Houston are going back and forth. I mean, you could have cost Texas the division if you sweep them. You just give a rousing speech and you say, "Hey man, this is it. This is your World Series right here. We're not going to sniff October, but we could sure as hell drive a wedge into Texas's series or their chances of winning the division. Screw it up, right? No. How about just lay down and bend over? Sort of like the kind of baseball we've been watching all year. And it hasn't been because of lack of wanting to be back on here again or do a show for me personally. It's just been some, when life kicks you in the balls, as you get older, you can kind of like turn the page and be like, all right, man, like, or when you're younger, it affects you more. But as you get older, you could kind of turn the page and be like, you know what? It is what it is. And, I'll make the best of it, blah, 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 right? Like you can focus in on what you need to do and the next time you'll block your crotch when life tries to kick you in the balls. But I tell you one thing that always gets you, no matter if you're ready for it or not, and that's family. Boy, oh boy, if I had some family drama the last couple of weeks, and I'm just saying that's kind of, with a baseball team being where it's at, it was very easy for me to hit the ignore button or not come on the post game, which is against what I believe in because I love doing the post game, and it says in the freaking intro every night after every Halos game. That's what I wanted to keep on doing, even in the shit show that we're in. But sometimes personal stuff gets in, and you're like, man, I need a break. So I just took a break and a reset, and I'm back. But there's only a couple games left, so there's not even that many people engaged right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably thought I gave up completely. So it is what it is. We'll gain back the crowd, when next season shit show starts. It's going to be hard, because we have a lot of off-season content, but it's like, which direction does this team go? Like one cookie needs to crumble before we start to see the fruits of whoever's labor is in charge, whether it's Artie's master plan or it's Perry's master plan. Because I honestly think Perry had a different direction for this team, and Artie fucked it all up. So we have to see what's going to happen, long term with this team. But on a night like this, when you get back into it, and the first game I get back into, which I should have got into yesterday, is a 5-0 loss where Griffin Canning pitches pretty good until they give up 3 runs in the 9th inning. Where Estevez just continues to suck, dude. I mean, he's just riding his way out of Anaheim as far as being a closer next year. I just look at their batting average. Their highest batting average right now is 270 by default. That's Grichuk. But for a guy that's been a mainstay on the Angels roster all year, it's 258, and that's Drury, and he had 3 strikeouts. He had 10 more strikeouts tonight. You had 19 completely the other night out of 27 outs. And what's funny about this, too, is I heard an interview with Jared Walsh, which he's still batting 125. And he was, they were getting on him and giving him praise where he hit like 2 solo homers and 2 losses, late inning home runs, by the way. And they're like, oh, his swing is back. He's back. He's better than ever. And he's like, well, yeah, my road to redemption. And, I got knocked down so I can get back up. It's like, bro, you still suck. I mean, if you're hitting like 300 back up in here, if you're ripping more than home runs, but again, that's all this organization cares about, how far you can hit the ball, not how effectively you can hit the ball. I think that's the problem. Just hitting. The mentality is so Cro-Magnon ignorant. It's so ignorant. Or as South Park Michael Jackson says, it's ignorance. Because that's what it is, dude. It's not about how far you hit the goddamn ball or even how hard you hit the ball. I mean, Gooby starts goobering down his cheeks about how fast the ball left so-and-so's bat. I don't care. I don't fucking care. How effective is it when he actually hits the ball? No matter where it's to or where it's at. That's what matters. Did he move the runner over? Did he sacrifice the runner home? Did he get a hit to drive in a couple? No, it's not about the launch angle and the home run. That's why I came back to Jared Well. Oh, I think he's back. I think he's back. Well, 125 and 2 more strikeouts tonight showing he's definitely back. This franchise just needs an enema. Through and through. Like take Andre the Giant's fingers. And if you're too young to know who Andre the Giant is, Google that motherfucker. Because he had the wingspan at one point and the strength to hold 4 women on each of his arms while spread eagle with his arms like this. He was able to do that. And he drank in one sitting 26 beers. Why do I bring him up? Because an enema, kids, is what you have when you have a fever and you're like in the ER, you know what I mean? You're young or you're old, or sometimes they give it to you for other reasons, but it's like a buttery, like almost like a bullet size, small caliber bullet of like this buttery substance that goes up your ass. They put it on the doctor's finger and he shoves it up your butt. And it does magical things. It'll help you not throw up. It'll help your temperature come down. It's done miracle things. But it's a joke in the first Batman movie with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton. Going all the way back. When Joker, Jack Nicholson says, this town needs an enema. Well, the Angels need an enema. And an Andre the Giant grenade-sized freaking... Because you saw how big his fingers are. His fingers are as big as the biggest... I mean, they almost look like freaking dinosaur cocks. I'm just being honest. They're freaking huge, his fingers. So his fingers used to be that big. So imagine Andre the Giant. You don't want to see a midget or a small person finger you in the butt with an enema as a doctor. Imagine Andre the Giant as a doctor putting an enema size as big as his finger up your culo. He needs to do that to the Angel organization because it needs something to cure the fungus which is inside the bowels of this organization. And the fungus is Artie goddamn Moreno. If that can ever be cured, that would be the best case scenario. Because the last time I was on, that dude's video was brilliant. There's a guy on YouTube who broke down, it was suggested to me to watch it, how you can freaking just fix the Angels like that within 3 years. About drafting, about trading, about getting rid of contracts, everything, right? But when it came down to it, the only thing that would make his plan work is Artie Moreno being gone, leaving. I don't see that as a reality. Like my dad just asked me the other day, hey, Todd, do you think Artie Moreno will now leave because everything is gone? Everything's done. Like his failed experiment to get back to the playoffs blew up in his face. He's just going to try to reload, Dad. I mean, if that was your time to leave, everything was aligning, he would have been gone. I think we would have still struggled through this year because it would have been a transition year. It takes a good 6 to 8 months to close the deal, to turn the complete ownership over to the new regime. Yeah, that would have happened. But you would at least taken that first important step. Whereas we could have suffered through a season, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. because we see the light at the end of the tunnel, because that new owner would have came in here and said, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we're going to fix this stadium. We're going to bring back the California Angels. We're going to be the Anaheim Angels. We're going to be where we're supposed to be. We're not Los Angeles. We're our own entity. We're our own team. We are Anaheim. We are Orange County. We are the Angels, and we're going to do things and establish the Angel way. I would be crying. I would be ecstatic, because that would be the owner that would come in. You look what's happening in football, or let's just say the last 10 years or less. Look at what happens outside of Arizona Coyotes in sports when a new owner is introduced to the media. And when that new owner usually takes over, you're not going to pay billions, because it's not like in the 90s and early 2000s where you could do what Artie Moreno did, spend $200 million, and to them that's chump change, and they don't really have to appease to anybody. And you saw these shit owners take over these franchises in different sports and not really care. But when you're talking about guys like up in Denver who brought the Broncos, yes, they tried really hard. It's not working. But they spent $6.5 billion for that franchise. Whatever the dude from Washington did, he's like, I'm going to rebuild, I'm going to restore this organization, I'm going to clean it up, blah, 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 blah. He's saying the right things, and it's working. And then you have Steve Cohen in New York, where he spent billions of dollars, right, to buy that team and this, and that. It hasn't really worked, but you could see that he had a plan, or that he has a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't have that with Artie Moreno. We don't have that. We've never had that. It's been well documented, well said. It's been like he took over a franchise. He rode everything that Disney had as far as he could, and then he started cutting bait as he went along, further cheapening every aspect of this organization. I mean, that is probably the hardest thing to understand. I mean, because like I said, we've gotten into a mode now where we're going to be getting into the off season, and we've got a lot of content, a lot of ideas for us to, to get into and talk about sports in general. And we've got the Angels upcoming season with the player movement and what do we think is going to happen. So there's stuff to talk about, but what's it going to be like? You know what I mean? Like the new chapter of Artie didn't change. It's just the same shit. And that's what's frustrating. So it's like I'm almost talking you out of not enjoying the content in the off season, because obviously football's here. And like I said in the beginning, I love pro football. I love it. Love that my Hawks are 2-1. Should be 3-0. But it is what it is. And college football hasn't ramped up yet because there's only been a couple of good games. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have Artie Moreno should call in. I want to hear from him as we close out this season, as these pathetic losers gave the Rangers pretty much a free pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as they could have dealt Texas a blow. And as Seattle is finding themselves falling out of it, I don't know, man. It's not looking good. I mean, we could have really messed up their season. But as far as a wild card looks right now, it looks like Texas will win the division, especially with beating us. I think they're got a 1 game is their magic number, I think. Let me just see the wild card. Wild card right now, I don't think it's updated right now because I think Seattle lost. If they lost tonight, then they're a game and a half back, they haven't lost yet, but they're going to lose to Houston. So that should put them about a game and a half back or a full game, depending on how it goes with that. Because I don't know if Seattle has 4 games left to play or not. Yeah, it looks like they have 4 games left to play. So that'll put them a game and a half out with 4 to play for them and only 3 to play for the Astros. And then, let's see, look at the division. Let's see here. Hold on a second. The division, Texas has got a 3-game lead. If Houston would have lost tonight, that would have been done, but I think it's going to be 2.5 since Houston won. Seattle's effectively out of the division race as they went 4-6 in their last 10. Houston went 3-7. Texas got hot at the right time. So it looks like my prediction will be wrong. Like it'll be wrong for the Angels or for the Rangers not making the playoffs. I thought they weren't either not going to make the playoffs or they were going to get the wild card. So I was wrong on that one. So let's see. Yeah, Jesse Perez says, "Are you going to eat shit on Texas?" I am. I called it. I mean, I called that Texas was going to fail, and they didn't quite do that. So Angels helped them. It's the Halo Honk line.
Yes, again. Guilty feet, I've got no rhythm. So it's easy to pretend. Lord, I'm a fool.
Hey, this is not karaoke, bro.
Should have known better than to cheat a friend.
Hey, Artie. How do you know? How do you know the team sucks?
When it only costs $5.
No, when you go 17-30 against your division.
Hey, I feel like that's a dig towards me.
Yeah, that is.
So someone's in a mood today.
Well, I've been abstaining from this show because your team just blows chunks. And
hey, I'm about to blow chunks right now.
I guess they take care. They take after their owner. They do really good.
Oh well, they do. They do.
Do you have a towel right there? Or is Sapphire going to give you the towel?
Oh, don't remind me. That's what I was saying. Sapphire ran out on me.
You've had some family trouble too?
Was that a gasp?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
That was a gasp. Woo! Yeah. She told me, "Hey, I ain't spending more time with you losers," and she walked out the door. I said, "Wait, I got one baloney left."
Jeez.
And she just walked out the door. Now I need Tofuti to take her spot. And I was going to make her GM. I was going to fire Potassium at the end of the season.
Potassium.
Woo, she blew it. She blew it.
Well, Eric wants to know how many hookers have you puked on since the last time I was on?
Eric! I don't know, Eric. How many fingers you got? You better throw some toes in there too, buddy.
Are you into feet as well, or what?
Oh yeah. Except this one girl. I went down with some whipped cream. I was gonna squirt all over her toes and take the cream off, but without my mouth, I was gonna use the bush brush. And then when I get down there, I'm like, "Hey, did you step in some cashews?" Turned out she had nail fungus.
Oh, come on, man. Mm.
Yeah, it was disgusting. So I only took like half the whipped cream off. Yeah, I like, hey, the A-Train loves him some Cool Whip.
I was gonna say, dude, like I gotta admit something. I'm into girls' feet. I like me because if they got well kept feet, they take care of themselves. You know what I mean? That's always a good sign. But the way you were discussing it and with the fungus, that kind of grossed me out, bro. I thought you were into things like me.
I think we all just learned that Todd's a little freaky. What the hell's going on over here?
Well, I gotta mix things up when the season sucks as it does, dude. This season was over. This season was over in June, Artie.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe July. Hey, I had hopes. I had hopes and dreams. We were gonna get it together. I had potassium, bring in some extra guys. They all took a crap. And maybe I should hire some coaches.
Well, you should have. What happened?
Oh no, something came up. Sorry, I swallowed it back down there. Everything's all right, everybody. Don't worry. Uncle Hardy's still standing, still kicking. Woo! Go Angels!
Wait, well, when are you gonna have a Grildo night? I think that's what everyone wants to know. They want because you're doing a caboodle without your boy. What is it called? Grildo there. So.
Grildo was stroking the caboodle. I'll tell you that much right now. That guy. I don't know if I could be in the same vicinity as him. He scares me.
Yeah, I noticed that you don't scare really easily, except when he's.
Oh yeah, no. You gotta make sure your peripherals are in check when that fella's around. You never know when you may feel a finger here and there.
Oh, come on, man! I was already.
Hey! I'm just saying. He's got sticky fingers.
All I was saying was I went a little too far with the comparison to the Angels organization getting an enema, from Andre the Giant. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm pretty.
I used to party with Andre the Giant. That guy was a cool fella.
How did you know him, by the way?
Oh, I hung out with all the WWF wrestlers. Remember I told you I hung out with Ric Flair. That's how I got the idea to hang my schlong out of my private helicopter. Here comes the rescue chopper! Wow! I see a couple of stranded hikers down there.
Someone told
me. Grab hold!
Someone told me that you used to what is it called? You used to wave it around like you were, those guys that have the tux and they, it's. What is that called? When those guys with the top hats, they twirl something around.
Cane?
Something like that. I heard you.
Yeah.
You twirled your little Artie around.
Hey, I was putting on the Ritz. I was walking back and forth with my top hat on, swinging that sucker around, waving it in the air like I just don't care.
Now, see, we need Terry to call in at some point because. When we get on a conversation, it's usually very little about baseball. A lot of people ask you questions, and then you just go straight to Sapphire, your drinking habits, vomiting, Grildo grossing you out. We've been wanting to ask you all year, man. Like what's going on with the Angels, and it just you keep ducking us, man.
Oh, hey, your guess is as good as mine. I ain't trying to figure it out years ago. I gave up. It never is. It's the same old thing over and over again. I don't know what it is. And speaking of old Shark Tooth, he's all excited because he's gonna perform at his stand-up thing again, and he's got some new material. He said he's all excited about. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
He's a stand-up comedian now.
I didn't know that. I wish I knew. I could have had him do some stand-up at the stadium. Maybe get the crowd into it.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, but you have to let him out of his cage. He's still in that little truck outside the stadium.
Oh, no, I told him. Hey, I told Luther, the head scooter guy in the parking lot. I told Luther, hey, Luther, you keep a close eye on that wily fella and make sure he doesn't leave that van. Because, once he escapes, that's it. He starts talking and starts saying things. So, we let him out to do his stand-up, whatever. Then we roll him right back in on the back of Luther's scooter all the way back to the van. In he goes. Hey, I feed him. It's not like I treat him like my farm league.
well, here's the thing. I think with all the years of service, I know me and Fernando talked on the post, not the post game, but the podcast. An ex used to do that to me when I would talk. She'd go, I know that's when she wasn't listening. So please don't be like my ex, Hardy. But
Please go on. Mhm.
anyway, I'm trying to say on those big banners that you have out in front of Angel Stadium, me and Fernando thought it would be a great idea to put good old Terry Smith's face up there. But we wondered,
Oh boy! Hey.
we
Hey,
wondered if you
fill
could
the
make
seats.
we wondered if you could make his teeth more 3D.
Oh, oh boy! Hey, you know what? That guy, when that guy smiles, it's like you're visiting Stonehenge. That guy needs to be nowhere near a billboard, let me tell you. I'm trying to sell seats at the stadium. What are you trying to do? Run me out of business?
No, but if you had his teeth in 3D and you gave out glasses to the kids as they walked up to the stadium,
Oh, boy.
the teeth would pop out at you like you're walking into his big, gigantic, snake-filled teeth mouth.
Yeah, it'd be like Jaws 3. Remember how it came out in 3D? Scared the hell out of me. It was in SeaWorld. I remember that one.
Or
It
you
was
could-
that movie, and then I saw the Superman with Richard Pryor. That one sucked.
But you could market like his face as something in like Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? Like you could walk into the stadium and you could play the music, dun, 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 and he'd
Yeah.
smile, and then the teeth would pop out.
Yeah, and on the bottom it'll say, "Nature finds a way." Oh boy, I might be, this next season I'm thinking outside of the box, so we can make sure we have more of a successful season than we did the last couple of years. We're going to 500 next year, baby! Woo! I can't wait.
Speaking of which, were you happy to see that we're fourth place again?
Hey, better than fifth.
Well, we are 23 games better than Oakland, but we're getting,
Woo!
but we're 71.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
We're 71 and 88, almost 20 games back of first place.
As long as we don't lose 90, I'll be a happy man.
Well, we have 3 games left now with Oakland.
Yeah. How much you want to bet we hit 90? How much you want to bet?
There's a really good chance we're going to hit 90. I agree.
What about here? 20,000? 30,000? What do you got? What do you got, Pop?
Let's see. I'll bet that contract you were going to give me.
500 million?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I don't know. I want to talk to Potassium on that one. I don't know. That might be a little much. Hey, you're dipping into my Phil Nevin money.
You better not bring him back, by the way.
Oh, man. Hey, thank heaven for Phil Nevin. That's what I said. I'm ripping off a 7-Eleven. He's my boy. That's the future.
What did he do?
Huh?
What did he do for us this year?
Huh?
I said, what did he do for us this year?
Absolutely nothing. That's what I want in a manager. I make the shots here, baby. Woo! I make the call. Who do you think he's on the phone with all the time? Me?
Is Terry there with you?
No, I told you. He left a little while ago. Luther took him back to the van. He should be there in a few minutes.
Oh, man. Because, I'm not getting nowhere with you. I was almost calling you Potassium there for a moment. But I needed to find out what was going on with the Angels this season. And you just can't seem to explain or give me any kind of you know what I mean? Like I'm on here depressed thinking about next year. Like give us something to hold our hats to next year. Like what's going to change?
Okay. I'm going to tell you what's going on right now, toe boy.
Fuck you,
Here
Artie.
we
Go ahead.
Excuse me, was that a FU to me?
Yeah, it was. That's cold blooded. This is someone who actually enjoys foot fungus. I don't like that.
Whoa! I was one night and I was drunk, and at the time I needed the money. I was young. Hey, I wasn't always a billionaire.
Okay, fair enough.
Had to start somewhere.
Fair enough.
Oh, hey, fans, listen to your Uncle Artie. Lend me your ears. countrymen, people from Anaheim, people from LA of Anaheim, from San Marino to poor Mona. Everybody let me your ears. We had a rough one this season. And it had to do with injuries. Mm-hmm. Freak injuries. And that's it. We'll be better next year. Hey, what can I tell you? We're going to get some new management. I hear you. I hear people are saying, you know, I hear what all you guys are over there at Halos in the infield talking about. You and what's that guy's name? Fernando at Catella Chronicles and Dominique Mendez and Courtney Love. I know all you guys know what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely Courtney Love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening.
Well, I'm
going to get new management. I'm going to get them at a better price, too.
But again, you're not telling us how. I mean, like, a manager's one thing. I mean, we could all see that coming. But what else is going to change, Artie?
Everything. The way we think, the way we handle business. You watch. I can't tell you, though, because it's secret.
Okay. So it's just wait and see.
Hey, Todd, don't tell anybody.
All right. It's
don't
just me
tell
and you.
anybody.
It's just me and you.
Just me and you. Hey, I think, are people listening?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, I blew it again. Well, anyway, here comes Tofuti. Hold on a second. Walking in here on two. There you go. All fours, baby. That's the way you do it. Then just park yourself over here. I'll get your desk ready. Hey, so I get a feeding trough for this girl. Oh, sorry.
A feeding trough?
Hey, beautiful body, face like a horse, let me tell you.
So she's ready to play in the WNBA, huh?
Oh, she's there. She's there. She is there. Oh, wait, she's running by. Let me know if you can hear her. She's a fast one. I think I'm going to take her to Santa Anita one of these days.
I wouldn't bet on any horse you brought to Santa Anita. Let's just say that. Oh,
come on. Coming around the corner is who are you going to call? We're not sure. It's who are you going to call? They're neck and neck. Oh, here comes Tofuti. Bring out the rear. I'll put all my money on Tofuti. She's a fast sucker.
This guy.
But anyway, I gotta go. I got to do some laundry, believe it or not. I puked over my suit that I'm supposed to wear tomorrow, and I gotta get it washed.
Man, I'm telling you, you're gonna be in trouble without having your girl there, Sapphire. She did all the stuff.
Oh, I know. She kept everything so organized. I'm gonna have to beg. I hate begging unless it gets me something else. You know, talking about Chachi. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
wink.
I get what Chachi means to you.
You get me, Toll Boy?
Yeah, Toll Boy.
Huh?
Whatever, Artie.
Welcome to the Toddfox show. All right, Todd. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Go Angels, everyone. Don't worry about it. Woo! Hey, Todd.
Huh?
One more thing.
Huh?
Can I get a family 4-pack?
Get out of here, Artie. Get out of here.
All right, bye.
Oh, my God. Freaking Artie. Artie Moreno. What are we going to do with that guy? Now the only thing to cap this night off would be, it's not potassium, but Terry calling. Hold on a second here. I think Terry's going to call in because we were trying to get him from the truck. Let's see. A lot of calls coming in right now, but it's the Halo Honk line.
Are you sure?
Oh, I forgot. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd. How you doing? It's Terry.
How's it going, Terry?
Yeah, I've just been hanging out here in my van and boy, let me tell you, it's getting a little stuffy in here. A little warm. 85 degrees here in the Southland.
Dude, you got that Dodge van there. It's like one of the crappiest AM 830 vans. I can't believe he sticks you in there at night.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you lay just right at an angle, it's actually pretty spacious. There's a disco ball in here, Todd.
Oh, wow. You know what's more impressive than the disco ball being in the van?
What's that?
Is you remembering my name.
That is amazing, isn't it, Sparky? Well, hey, I called originally just to tell you that I've got some good news for you.
Let's hear the good news.
Well, I got some new material for my show this next weekend at the Laugh Factory in Covina, California.
Okay, that's good. I mean, you need something to laugh about after another shutout tonight, right?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, let's see. Let's hear some stand-up.
Going to the count, and looks like we're going to pause for stations to identify themselves. Well, let's see if we can fit some of these jokes in. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
It's just me so far and the people on the comments.
And it's just like one of my shows, Sparky, let me tell you. So, hey, why was Michael Jackson at Kmart during Black Friday?
Oh.
It's a little bit of a racist joke here.
Okay, I don't know why.
Well, he heard that boys' pants were half off. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeve?
I don't know.
Christopher Walken. Christopher Reeve passed away some time ago, so that joke's kind of weathered.
What's the count right now, by the way?
Hey, I used to breed rabbits, but now I just realized they can just handle that themselves.
Huh?
Do I really need to repeat myself?
You said, okay, I just want to understand that one. You used to breed rabbits, but they just handle themselves?
Well, I used to breed rabbits. Boy, this is embarrassing, Todd. Hey, Todd, I used to breed rabbits.
Uh-huh.
Then I just realized that they can handle it themselves.
Oh!
Wow. Well, let me write that down here. That's a slow getter.
I'm sorry. I think the count was 0-2 on me, and I just looked at one right down the middle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one was wide and inside. That was bad, Todd. Hey, Todd, I just to break the show here for a sec. I heard you're into toes.
Yeah.
Hey, myself as well. Let me just let you feel comfortable. We're in the toe club together.
Oh, now I'm very comfortable now that I know that you're in it. Shark teeth.
Except my wife and I had a little accident, and she is now unable to walk. So I'm going to have to take her to the hospital tomorrow if I could get out of this van. I'm hoping anyway. But hey, so what can you share and keep at the same time?
I don't know.
An STD. Hey, where's my drum roll? Do I get a drum roll?
I wasn't ready for it, but now I have to pull it up. Hold on. It's going to take a second.
Let's try that again, Todd.
Let's do that.
I can't hear it on my end, so I'll have to give you a half a second or so after I tell the joke.
All right, let's hear it again one more time.
Okay, here we go. Hey, what?
You're
Sorry
right there.
about that. Yeah, I just choked on my horchata that I picked up on the way over here. Thank goodness Luther was in a good mood today. He let me stop by and grab one from a local dairy. Anyway, what can you share and keep at the same time, Todd?
Well, I don't know, Terry.
An STD. All right. So a man attempted to hijack a bus full of Japanese tourists.
Oh, God. We must not want Otani anymore.
It's nothing to worry about. I think the police will catch him. They have 3,756 photos of him. Just giving some time there for the drum roll.
Oh, I gave the drum. I gave the drums.
Hey, why can't Helen Keller drive?
Because she can't see?
Because she's a woman. There's another drum roll break there I gave you.
Trust me, on the playback, it fits.
Okay, I gotta go back and listen. Hey, thank goodness for the YouTube, right?
Yeah, the YouTube, whenever you want it.
Hey, how many women does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. They just sit in the dark and complain about it.
Eric says your jokes are almost as lethal as your teeth.
Thanks a lot there, Eric. I appreciate you. And your fandom to the show is praised here. I just want you to know.
Yeah, Eric has some really good one-liners.
He does. Hey, Eric, answer this one for me. How long does it take for a woman to have an orgasm?
I think that's...
Who cares? Oh, boy.
I needed this one.
Yeah, okay, I got one more here, Jose. I got one more.
It's Todd, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Keep mixing you up with Jose Mota. I don't know why.
Oh, we look so much alike, so...
identical. You're yeah.
If I had $1 for every time I was called Jose Mota, I'd have a lot of dollars.
I tell you, Todd. I tell you. Hey, so what do you do when your dishwasher stops working?
I don't know what.
You punch her.
Boy, I'm telling you.
This has been brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed for those with fighting spirit. Remember to drink responsibly and say no to drugs. And if you're talking to your drug, you probably already said yes.
By the way,
Hey, Todd.
Before you go, go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Terry, Mateo wants to hear a home run call from you.
Okay, this one's lifted deep into high left center field, and this one is out of here. You could put a halo over this one. I said that like 5 times this year, Sparky.
It was a tough season this year. I'll admit that.
It was. Hey, can I get a family 4-pack?
Come on, dude. You and Artie. I mean, maybe because you need to get into a stadium at some point.
There one available?
We actually had some tickets to raffle and we forgot to. So for the Texas.
Oh boy. Yeah, I haven't been in the stadium for quite some time. I'd like to get the feel of that once again. One of these days, maybe I could fling a chicken wing or something to Luther. He loves those chicken wings,
Oh yeah. But if you could somehow get you in, I mean, I got some dollar tickets. You could sit in like section 502, or the 600.
Hey, maybe I could broadcast the game from there.
Yeah, that'd be good. You'd actually be in a stadium.
That would be fine. Let me see if I'm free of my schedule here. Let me put my pencil. Oh boy, yeah, I just broke my pencil. Hold on a second, Todd.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there we go. Now, Marquez, we're playing some October baseball this year, it looks like. All right. Well, check that one out.
I have a question. You just sharpened your pencil with your teeth, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, now, do you have to use like toothpicks or something to, dental floss? I mean, or does the dental floss actually stay together, or does it get broken every time you kind of put it by your teeth? But how do you get the shavings out from between your teeth crevices, or whatever those are.
Well, I'll share a secret with you, Fizz. It's you get I use stencil floss just like everybody else, and really try to get in there and get all the little bits and pieces of wood and graphite on there. It's not a good look when you smile and you got a lot of black shards sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
So so sorry, I'm out of breath. I don't know why. I need to lose some weight.
I think what you need to do is stop eating those Hoffy hot dogs first off. And second, maybe take some of that fishing wire, like the strong one that you get like catfish with, and then you could try to like get the pork chop pieces out of your teeth or whatever those are.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was getting to. I've used the floss, but it shreds up when it goes in there. So I've been using 30 weight fishing line that I picked up at the local Turner's outdoorsman store, and you can get it at Camp World too over there, and I believe it's Buena Vista. It's still there. I haven't been out lately, but you can get it there too. And boy, does that work! You really get it in there, and make sure you take the hooks out, because I made that mistake once, and it wasn't pretty. Let me tell you. One time I pulled that sucker out and caught a largemouth bass. Just came straight out of my mouth. Amazing. But anyway, you got to keep the teeth at a healthy length, or else you keep biting the top of your lip. So I have one of those hamster chalk pucks that you gnaw on every once in a while, and it kind of grinds the teeth down and keeps them at a certain length, and that's what's been helping me out.
Well, let me ask you this one last thing. What is it? R. Martinez says Terry Smith is racist. He only mentioned Christopher Reeve was dead, but didn't say anything about Michael Jackson's death.
Boy, I didn't realize I did that. Hey, honestly, I didn't know Michael Jackson was black.
So that was a white joke?
It kind of was a dig at our people there, Fizz. And
it's Todd, by the way.
And sorry. And I thought that was a safe one, but oh boy, I hope I didn't. I apologize to anyone who was offended. I'm all about the people of color.
Well, speaking of, Matt wants to say it's brought to you by Chamomile. How do you say that? Chamomile tequila? I can never say that one. You do that line all the time.
Yeah, just don't feel like it tonight.
Well, hey, one last thing, Terry. Are you going to be available Sunday after we lose the last game of the season, like Sunday night, when the game's far over, football's over, and we could kind of reflect on the season? Because I'd like to get your thoughts on how the season went and how disappointing it was. Hey,
that sounds like a plan. I could bring my notes with me. Well, I don't have to bring them. They're here under the seat. But I can make sure that I have all that for you there. I want to get into some deep baseball. I could get in there with you.
Yeah, and then also you gotta bring. Mateo says it's brought to you by Kettle One Botanical. It's Spritz o'clock. I hate that commercial, by the way.
It's a bothersome one. It is.
I know how to make that drink because I've heard that stupid ass commercial so many times. But anyway, can you bring some of your stand up as well for Sunday? Because I think that would be great.
Sure, we could try it out, and it's always good practice for me when I go up there at the Laugh Factory. I went on after Tom Arnold last weekend, and boy, that didn't turn out well. It was Tom Arnold, and I believe earlier before that was Andrew Dice Clay, and boy, he didn't age well.
None of his stuff has aged well, I believe. So,
yeah, it's the same thing over and over, Hud.
It's Todd, but what's the count? I feel like you've been a little off your game tonight. Yeah, you weren't calling the game, the imaginary game.
2 balls and 1 strike, and looks like we got some issues here with the umpire. He's twisting his something in his pants. I don't know what's going on.
Ooh, that's
Well,
not a,
as
that's,
he deals with that, let's make way for stations to identify themselves. Hey, have you gone down to OG's Pizza and tried some one-of-a-kind A-list pizza?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
You haven't, have you? I bet you haven't.
No, I haven't.
I'm telling you right now, you got to get down there and try it out. It's probably the best pizza I've ever had.
It's probably the only pizza you're allowed to have, right?
That is true. Go on down to OG's Pizza. Keep making those lefts until you make a right or something like that. I don't understand why they keep saying that. And have yourself a slice of OG's Pizza. Hey, it's like a party in my mouth, and everyone's invited.
It'd be a killer party the way you chomp down, though. That's the only problem.
Oh, killer is the key word there, Fizz. Yeah, that'd be a bloodbath. That would not look good. That would be bad. That would be bad.
That would be.
It would. Hey, just want to thank you for having me on your show again, and boy, I really appreciate you giving me the spotlight to practice some of my jokes out.
Well, we got one more for the rest of the year. You know, you can come on Sunday. We should be good.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are we going to hear that line before you go?
Yeah, Todd, whatever you want. You got it.
Well, the line the line you always give before you sign off.
Oh, yeah. Hey, family 4-pack?
If you win the trivia, maybe I'll give out trivia on Sunday.
Okay. Hey, that sounds like a plan. Hey, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Terry Smith, and you're not. I'm out of here.
Oh, Terry. All right, well, we're going to end the show here. I had other people calling in, but I'm not taking any other phone calls tonight. But for Sunday, for sure, we're gonna take a lot of phone calls and get everyone's opinion on the message and also on the phone calls. So we're going to do that Sunday. I just needed to get Artie and Terry in here. It's been a few days. They've been bugging to get in and voice their opinions, although they didn't have much to say other than pump their usual stuff. So I will take phone calls better. I believe that was Landon calling in too. We had a couple phone calls, but we're going to take those calls on Sunday evening, not right after the game, but Sunday evening I'll be on here. So if you guys want to check it out, we'll be on here one last time as a post game, but we'll be doing podcast stuff all in the off season for those who care still, and especially when there's breaking news on the Angels and everything else like that. So I appreciate all the phone calls and everything, but we'll take them Sunday. We'll take them Sunday, I promise. So everyone enjoy the rest of your night, and go Angels. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow as well. So, well, if you don't want to wait till Sunday, you can call in tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night will be on. If not, Saturday and Sunday are most likely. Because Sunday I have to, but Saturday. Actually, let me rephrase that. Friday I won't be on tomorrow, or Friday I won't be on. Saturday is a maybe. Sunday is a for sure. That's what it's going to come down to, because it's still working this shitty schedule, so it's hard for me to do these shows here at the end of the season. So I'll let you know what's going on. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your night.